We're just days away from arguably the WWE's second biggest show of the year, a PLE packed with 7 matches including 6 title bouts. But what returns and surprises have we in store for SummerSlam? Join us now as we look at the most shocking last-minute rumors you need to know for SummerSlam 2024. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Also check out our new videos on Wrestlelamia XL. Number 1. A real night of champions. A SummerSlam features 7 matches, actually 2 less than last year's show, but one with every singles title on the line. With the exception of Cody Rhodes vs Solo Sikoa, every title match seems like a change is not only possible but likely, which makes this a truly high-stakes PLE. Number 2. A warm-up for a 2-night SummerSlam. Now in some ways, this year's SummerSlam is a warm-up to WWE's plans to expand it into 2 nights. Expect some OMG moments, including turns, surprise returns, and stellar matches on a major stage. You may recall the report that the WWE had Sami Zayn retain the Intercontinental Championship over Bron Breakker at Money in the Bank because the promotion wanted Breakker to win the title on a grander stage. If Breakker, who's been pushed as nothing less than a monster, does win, it will definitely add weight to the argument. However, it does raise the question of whether the WWE is marginalizing certain PLEs if it fosters a belief that major title changes should only occur at major shows. That goes against all of WWE's unpredictability. Unpredictability makes it more formulaic, which is a bad thing in hindsight. But what do you guys think? Number 3. The biggest SummerSlam yet. Just how successful will this year's SummerSlam be at the box office? The WWE has been doing record business, and while the Cleveland Browns Stadium hasn't sold out just yet, WrestleTix has recently noted that I expect to see heavy movement from now until the day of the show, especially as the 100 level stuff comes down in price. They added a few more 300 level sections on the hardcam side. In addition, Dave Meltzer recently commented in the latest Wrestling Observer newsletter that this will end up as the largest gate for a non-WrestleMania show in North American history, and the second most attended SummerSlam behind the 1992 show at Wembley Stadium in history. It looks like there's no end in sight to the WWE's blockbuster box office hauls, which will only help the company further when it negotiates right fees with the cities that want to bring the WWE events to town. Number 4. The return of Roman Reigns. Fans have been speculating on Roman Reigns' return ever since he disappeared from television following his WrestleMania 40 loss to Cody Rhodes and Solo Sikoa then seizing control of the Bloodline. Now, while there was some talk that Roman could return before SummerSlam, the death of Roman's father, WWE Hall of Famer Sikoa, seemed to put this on hold. Whether or not that's the case, like many wrestlers at his level, Reigns has stepped up as needed regardless of personal matters. He is expected at SummerSlam as the WWE begins the build for a confrontation between Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa. But there are 2 pressing questions. Number 1, what direction does the WWE intend to go with Roman going after Solo? And number 2, which wrestlers will Reigns assemble to confront Solo's version of the Bloodline? Knowing the way the WWE likes to let storylines play out, or drag out sometimes depending on your point of view, some fans and pundits believe we won't see Roman vs Solo until WrestleMania 41, or even at least the Royal Rumble. But that doesn't mean Roman and Solo are going to be on the sidelines, however. Look for confrontations between Roman and Solo's forces as Solo ducks and dodges a one-on-one match. As for Roman's allies, wrestling fans know that babyfaces have selective amnesia when it comes to teaming with former foes, regardless of what a heel did to them before turning babyface. That does leave the door wide open for Roman to team with just about anyone, whether it's former Shield teammate Seth Rollins or even Cody Rhodes, the man who chased Roman for a year before finally capturing the Undisputed Championship. A Team Roman vs Team Solo Wargames match seems inevitable, so expect to see Roman recruit some major players. In addition to Cody and Seth, although Seth may be preoccupied with CM Punk, a recent live event match has fans thinking a former Bloodline ally could reunite with Roman, none other than honorary Uso Sami Zayn. Zayn reunited with Kevin Owens in Japan, defeating Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa. And now some fans believe that Sami could help Roman out if called upon. This would give Sami something to do, build off the popularity of Sami's run in the Bloodline, and give Roman a reliable ally. There are other allies for Roman, but let's examine those who could potentially return. As number 5, we could see the return of Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman took a hella beating from Solo Sikoa's Bloodline for refusing to acknowledge Solo as his tribal chief. A SummerSlam return is highly possible, which invites the question, who will Paul bring back as backup? The WWE Hall of Famer has always been portrayed as crafty, so there's no way he's confronting Solo and his gang of thugs alone. Heyman returning with Roman Reigns has been discussed by fans, and it makes sense for the two to reunite. But what about the return of Jimmy Uso? Well, some fans believe Jimmy Uso will return, ensuring that Roman doesn't fall to the numbers game. Jimmy has had enough time to sell the injuries inflicted on him and plenty of reasons to want revenge. Now, it has been reported by Pro Wrestling Nexus that Jimmy Uso has been medically cleared, and he could return to action at any time now. Whilst there is no details on his exact return, this would seem like the best place possible to have Jimmy Uso return as a babyface allying with Roman Reigns. But what about the return of Brock Lesnar? As incredible as it may seem, Brock Lesnar's name has come up as someone Paul Heyman could bring back in as backup. There's the obvious question of whether the WWE's legal department will clear Lesnar, as he's dealing with apparent guilt by association due to the Janelle Grant lawsuit against Vince McMahon, Laurinaitis and WWE. While the recent talk of WWE's legal eagles refusing to clear Lesnar could be a way to disguise his return, so we won't know about Lesnar's return status until Saturday. However, as Dave Meltzer has reported in Wrestling Observer newsletter, WWE's lawyers had advised against bringing Brock Lesnar back. Number 6. Bloodline vs Bloodline 2.0. Now, if Heyman returns this Saturday, we envision Heyman confronting the Bloodline during Solo Sikoa's match against Cody Rhodes, making it look like he's all alone as the rest of Solo's Bloodline show up. Then a parade of entrance themes will play as Heyman brings out his allies to confront the Bloodline 2.0. This could make for one of the biggest pops in recent memory as fans get the confrontation they've been waiting for over the last 3 months. Number 7. The Final Boss. Now, another rumor raging online is that The Rock may show up at SummerSlam. Although there's no reason to believe that the Final Boss will wrestle for the rest of the year, he's recently completed filming his latest movie, and a SummerSlam appearance, which doesn't have to be physical, is very possible. If The Rock does return, will it be to help out Roman Reigns, to reveal himself as a true power behind Solo Sikoa, or something else? Whatever the case, a Rock appearance will send proverbial shockwaves throughout the WWE. Number 8. The abundance of returns. Now, incredibly, there are other possible returns besides various parties involved with the Bloodline, the first being Alexa Bliss. Our Little Miss Bliss has been training for a return after her maternity leave, and the timing for her return couldn't be better thanks to the debut of the Wyatt Six. Some fans feel that Bliss joining the group is inevitable, while others feel that it may be a little too obvious at this point. Another is Charlotte Flair, as the Queen has been sidelined after undergoing surgery for major knee injuries, but rumor has it her recovery may have gone faster than expected. Flair is always at the front of any WWE program, and like any major return, SummerSlam is a fantastic venue for getting things back on track. Flair was also recently seen training in the Performance Center, and she looked ready to get back into the ring. Whether the WWE doctors have cleared her is another story. And Raquel Rodriguez. Although Raquel Rodriguez may be returning soon from having to deal with mast cell activation syndrome, it seems more likely the WWE will save a return for TV, so a return isn't eclipsed by the big returns involving Alexa or even Charlotte Flair. Number 9. A twisted turn. Dominic Mysterio turning on Rhea Ripley and costing the Eradicator her shot at Liv Morgan's Women's Championship is expected, but still there is also talk that Finn Balor, who has been very cozy at times with Liv Morgan and has seen at least once driving at a Raw, could show up as an ally for Liv. Now, there doesn't have to be any romance between the two, although it would be a wild twist, and this could just be simply Balor tiring of Ripley's presence of being the true leader of the Judgment Day. Now, one of the biggest clues of a turn was on Raw. When Liv Morgan trashed the Judgment Day locker room, she scratched out all the members bar one, that being the Demon Finn Balor. Was this a massive clue on what could happen at SummerSlam? Both Finn and Liv have had a brief history together as they tagged together with AJ Styles in 2022, so could they reunite once more? There's also another wild card, the possibility of Jey Uso coming out to thwart Dirty Dom's interference, allowing Balor to sneak in and get the job done. And number 10 is Seth Rollins turning heel. With Seth Rollins serving as a special referee for CM Punk vs Drew McIntyre, some fans wonder if the Visionary will turn heel and cost Punk the match. Now, we feel it's unnecessary, although possible down the road, as the WWE can recreate 1997 SummerSlam match between The Undertaker and Bret Hart, where guest referee Shawn Michaels accidentally clobbered The Undertaker instead of arch rival Bret Hart, giving Hart the win and the WWF Championship. Rollins missing McIntyre and hitting Punk can also set up a Rollins vs Punk feud the WWE was reportedly planning for WrestleMania 40. But there you have it, folks, our look at the most shocking rumors you need to know about SummerSlam 2024. Who do you guys think will return? Let us know in the comments down below, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.